It's the main event. Meat boy Arman Tsarukyan taking on Beneil Dariush, aka Beneil Dariush, and this should be a fascinating main event because Beneil Dariush, the last time we saw him, he got absolutely smoked by Charles Oliveira, and it was kind of a bummer to see, right? Because finally he's on this fat win streak. He's one fight away from getting his title shot, and Charles Oliveira finished him in the first round, almost before the fight ever even began. So tough luck for Beneil Dariush, almost like a Tony Ferguson-like run where he's unstoppable and then just runs into one tough guy and it derails the entire thing. So I'm curious to see what Dariush looks like in return because the dude hadn't lost since Alexander Hernandez, the Great White Ape, was able to sleep him in 5 seconds back in 2018. So about 5 years, no L's for Dariush, and he's coming in against an absolute killer in Arman Tsarukyan, who is 20-3 overall. He's got one loss in the UFC, and he's got two losses in the UFC, excuse me, in one in his debut against Islam Makhachev, and that was a fight of the night. And in my opinion, besides when Adriano Martins slept Islam, that's the closest fight we've seen Islam in throughout his UFC career. So Arman's debut, close fight against Islam, and his other loss was to Gamrot in a fight that was also very close. I remember you and I watched that fight live together, and you thought that maybe your boy Arman had maybe even done enough to win that one. So basically all W's for Alahala Khalid, and he's won two straight, took out Neto BJJ, easy light work most recently, and also beat Demir, beat Joel Alvarez, absolutely brutalized him, took out Christos Yagos, even beat Matt Frivola. Like, the dude has beat a lot of tough guys. So in this one, are you continuing with the Arman hype train? Does he take it a step further and Beneil Dariush is the next victim? Perhaps Beneil Dariush is even peaked? Or is this too much for Arman and Beneil Dariush is coming back? Who you got?
Yeah, this is an absolute great fight. This is crazy that this is already happening. You know, Benny did not look too sharp versus Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira looked like he is on another level right now. And Arman, since he got that loss, you know, he's been really looking real sharp. So I gotta go with the young Arman. I think he's really getting that confidence. And Benny's time might be up, and he peaked about, you know, one fight too late, it seems, because he was looking insane before he took that L. You know, if pre-L Benny shows, he might make Arman look real bad, but post-L looks like the way he did, I think Arman's going to ragdoll.
Yeah, I want to know what this fight looks like basically everywhere, right? Like, who's going to have the wrestling advantage? Who's going to have the upper hand on the feet? Because both these dudes are super well-rounded, seemingly have no weaknesses. So I'm curious to see how it matches up. And when you look at Dariush, physically he looks a lot different from Alahala Khalid, who is an absolute tank, muscle shark. But Benny is sneaky strong somehow. He's got sneaky power. Basically everything he does comes with a lot of force and is way heavier than you might expect upon just looking at the guy. But if you look at Tapology, Meat Boy, 62% is with you. They're rolling with Alahala Khalid. 38% roll with Beneil Dariush. Were you at all surprised by the odds? Alahala Khalid is minus 270. Dariush is plus 220. Do those odds make sense to you, or were you a little surprised?
You know, those odds do make sense. Slightly surprised, but not too much. I mean, Armin's a stud. What can you say? You know, you got to see him. You know, he's looking hungrier than ever, looking sharper than ever. I am surprised to see that Arman Tsarukyan. A lot of people are saying a KO finish. I just don't see it. I think it's going to be a decision, grind him out, and try to control him on the ground, control him on the feet. If he knocks out Benny, no one's going to beat Tsarukyan. I mean, Tsarukyan truly then has leveled up and ascended his weight division, and he's coming for that rematch versus Islam.
Yeah, I was surprised by all the Brown as well. Maybe they think that he'll be able to get top position, rain down some of those brutal elbows like he did against Joel Alvarez, and perhaps pick up a TKO. But any sort of KO on the feet for Tsarukyan seems to me like a pipe dream. But you never know. I mean, Oliveira was able to catch him with something stiff and then capitalize as a result. So maybe Tsarukyan can do the same thing. But in this one, Meat Boy, it's Assyria versus Armenia, and I'm rolling with the Assyrian. I'm taking Beneil Dariush. I think that this is going to look a lot like Bilal Muhammad versus Sean Brady, where one guy is coming into it seemingly looking unstoppable, but once faced with that top 3 elite of the elite level of the division, I'm rolling with the OG Beneil Dariush to provide a stiff levels test to Khalets. And with that being said, I'm taking Dariush by 4th or 5th round finish. I just see a world where Tsarukyan gasses out because I want to see what this guy looks like in 5-round contests, because the only time we ever saw it, he lost to Gamrot. And while, yes, that was a very close fight, it seemed as if he started to wane. Khalets did a little bit at the end of those 4th and 5th rounds. So I'm banking on the same idea. Going to take Dariush by late finish. And just personally, Meatball, I kind of love the plus 230 Dariush odds, because just like how we got Bilal Muhammad plus money versus Sean Brady, I think this is a very similar affair. So I'm going with Benny, going with the OG. Any last thoughts?
No, this is a great fight, fun fight nonetheless. Throw in the comments who you take it and why. Smash this, subscribe.